Look at our handsome faces.
We're amazing.
We are.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hey, we got somebody. Hey,
Deanna,
how are you?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Hitting the Wall. It's Tuesday, January 21st.
It is
2020. And
so a new day.
It is. And it's your first time on this year. So welcome, everyone. Welcome, Joe.
Hey, everybody. In case we haven't met.
Yeah, his first time on here in 2020. As you can tell, we're mildly excited about something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There's something happening in the area that is kind of, I don't know, taking control of our lives.
Is it you wearing foam on your head?
I do have foam on my head. Oh, that was upside down. I need to look this way.
Yeah, you do need to look the other direction. And there's a glare, but you know, people get the idea.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? So anyway, we really we came on tonight like we had this whole show planned, and we were going to talk about like a topic we'll discuss. But then we decided it sounded like no fun giving everything that's happening in our town. So really, if you're tuning in tonight, we're going to talk about the Chiefs.
That's right, we are.
Yep, because the Kansas City Chiefs are going to the big game. What do you think?
Wink.
Do you think we can say the actual name during the show?
I think we can. I just don't think we can. I don't think that they can't stop us from saying it in the show. Like, it's not a conversational sort of a thing that we can't say.
So we can say it?
I think we can say that we're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. I said it. They can sue me if they want.
They'll get nothing because we got nothing.
That's correct. Yes, my $8 that we make a month on this show is not going to help the NFL with anything whatsoever.
Sure? They might be able to.
You can't even buy a beer with that.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't buy a beer at the stadium.
You can't.
So have you?
Hi, Jenny.
Have you seen what tickets are now going for in Miami?
$8 billion.
You're actually not too far off. The cheapest nosebleed seat at last check was $6,700.
$6,700.
$6,700 to see this game in person, sitting all the way in the upper deck at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida.
Huh.
So you going?
Nope.
Yeah, that makes two of us. I will be right here. But you do have a Super Bowl event. So why don't you pimp that out? That out.
We at the wonderful church that I work at. I work at Westside Family Church in Leavenworth, Kansas. We have decided that even though we can't say what it's we're going to be viewing, we are going to have a big game party. And that does not mean we're having a party for things like elephants and caribou.
Big game party.
Big game party. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
That's the dad joke in me coming out.
Yeah.
And so we are going to host a big game party, family-friendly environment.
Okay.
We're going to have everybody just bring something to share with everybody, and we're going to have a really good time. And there's probably going to be a surprise giveaway.
What?
Yeah.
Am I eligible as friend of the church?
If you happen to show up at the party.
I might do. I like free stuff.
I know you do.
I like free stuff. Okay.
Yeah, and it would be right up your alley.
Sweet. Okay, so do you have times?
Do I have times for what?
Time of the event?
Well, I believe the game starts at
Is it 5:05?
I think it's a 5:05 game. So we're gonna open up our doors and kind of start letting people in about 4:15.
4:15. Okay.
And then whenever the game happens to be over, we're gonna kick you out.
Clean up and go home.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it's gonna come down because I got to go back to work the next day.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, well, we all do.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people are probably not going to, especially if the Chiefs happen to win the big game.
Wink, wink. I think we have to add the wink, wink every time.
I think we must.
Yeah.
And so, which would be incredible.
Oh.
I mean, think about the party.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, so everyone remembers back in 2015 when the Kansas City Royals won the World Series.
800,000 of our closest friends showed up at a party downtown.
800,000 people filled the streets of downtown Kansas City, Missouri, lined in blue and white, all the way from the Sprint Center, and I believe it went about a mile and a half, maybe 2 miles down the road to the actual rally at Union Station.
Yeah.
The pictures that came out of that were amazing.
Incredible.
They estimate that people in and out, like for that extra party, they're estimating about 800,000. But they think over 1 million people went in and out of downtown on that day.
You know what was crazy about that was the people who were parking on the highway
and just abandoning their cars,
leaving their cars to go to this party.
That's insane.
And I can only imagine what will happen should the Kansas City Chiefs win the big game. Wink, wink.
So we're looking at a parade around February 9th, 10th, somewhere in that area.
Somewhere in that area.
Maybe a couple days before. So it's going to be cold.
But no one will care.
But no one will care. So who has more? Royals in 2015 or the potential 2020 Chiefs victory parade?
The potential Kansas City Chiefs victory parade.
Okay.
Without hesitation.
Without hesitation. Okay.
I have to be honest. I believe, I believe that it will be an immense thing, because I kind of have a feeling that I don't know if they would do it the same exact way, if they would end at Union Station or if they would end at Arrowhead or what the case would be. I mean, I could see them ending this thing out at Arrowhead and starting downtown.
That's a long parade.
But you're going to have a lot of people who, I don't know how they would do this, but
I don't know.
Because I think what we learned the last time was that there just wasn't enough space for the number of people who wanted to be there. So how do you accommodate 1.5 million people in Kansas City?
Yeah, if you're filling up your actual downtown and your actual downtown is not big enough to hold the fans of the home sports team, you either have a really small downtown or you have a rabid fan base.
Well,
and for us, I think it was the latter.
There's a reason why, and the reason why I say this is going to be more is there's a reason we call this the Chiefs Kingdom.
Yeah.
It's because it's not just Kansas City.
No.
Like, we're the sports team for Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa, Oklahoma, some down into Arkansas. I mean,
and this will be my only time that I will say, St. Louis people, you have no NFL team. You can join us.
No.
It's the only time I'll give you an invite.
I will not.
No, I'm trying to be nice to the St.
appreciate
Louisians.
that, but I'm not there.
Hey, Pastor, it's the right thing to do.
Well,
Ish.
Hey,
look who's on at the very bottom.
Gunner. I noticed my wife said good evening, so,
Hi, his wife.
It's,
Yes.
So Belinda said good evening. I assume she was talking to you and not me.
She probably has already seen you a couple times today.
Yeah, and she's already tired of me.
And kicked you out the house.
That happens.
I understand.
Gunner, it's good to see you this evening.
I'm just...
Thanks for the tacos the other night.
Yeah, talk to Gunner. I'm reading.
I went over to Gunner's place for dinner the other night. It was awesome.
Nice. And you made tacos?
No, Gunner's fiance made tacos.
Oh, yeah, he can't cook.
Well, but that's okay. He was the conversationalist.
Oh, well, good.
So
why don't you bring tacos to softball? Wait,
yeah, Gunner.
Tacos and softball may not mix.
Gunner.
Yeah, pitcher.
So no. This is an interesting thing because it gets me to thinking about Chiefs memories, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and the truth of the matter is, for those of us who've been around here
forever.
You've
lived here your whole life, right?
I have not lived in Kansas City my whole life.
But Kansas.
In Kansas. So the Chiefs have been my team since as long as I can remember.
Yep, forever and ever.
And, it's one of those things where I used to think I had good memories of the Chiefs.
Yeah, sure. Oh, there have been great memories.
No. I used to think I had good memories of the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Now I understand what a good memory is and what a great memory might be in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And so, but I'm thinking about this. I was thinking about things that I remember seeing. And some good and some bad.
Sure.
And some just sad moments, because there were some of those. And some were sad because of what happened to the Chiefs. Others were sad because of things that happened on the field.
Yes.
But I remember watching a game when Priest Holmes was one of our running backs.
Yes.
We had another guy. But between them, they scored 7 touchdowns in one game.
That was against the Oakland Raiders.
Yes.
In Oakland.
Yeah. I also remember one Dante Hall.
The human joystick.
The
X Factor.
Absolutely turning the entire field around.
Oh, yeah.
and multiple times.
His best punt return against the Denver Broncos.
Absolutely.
Where
it
he
was
made
incredible.
every player on that field miss him.
I think they all left their shoes on the field.
Shoes and jock straps.
But I was thinking about my two favorite Chiefs memories of things that I saw, and then I want to hear about yours.
Got it.
And then we're going to talk about some of the not so great ones, and then but then whatever.
Sure.
But like my two favorite were the Monday Night Miracle.
Joe Montana. Yeah.
In Denver.
The first time they had won in Mile High in 7 or 11 seasons.
It was 11.
11, that's what I thought.
And so it was 11 seasons, and John Elway had marched down the field and done what John Elway did many times.
Yep.
And we got the ball back with not too much time left.
Yeah.
And there goes Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
Joe freaking Montana. Walking down the field like it was just another game of pickup football in the backyard.
Yeah. Yes.
And just absolutely it was incredible. And then I remember the 7-sack game.
Oh, DT
DT
against the Seahawks.
Again, remember who the quarterback for the Seahawks was?
Dave Craig.
It was one Dave Craig, who became a quarterback for the Chiefs.
Yep.
But was just a sitting duck. But there was nothing anybody was doing that day to stop DT. What was crazy about that game was DT wasn't the only guy to get sacks that day.
Neil Smith had 1 or 2.
Neil Smith had 2, and Dan Saliamua had 1. Because you gotta love a big Samoan.
That's right. That's right. As wrestling fans, we like all the big Samoans.
We like large Samoans.
That's right.
If you're a large Samoan, we love you because we don't want to mess with you.
If you're a large Samoan watching this show, thank you. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you watching us.
My head is starting to sweat in this thing.
It happens, man. So what about you, man? Well, some favorite Chiefs memories.
You absolutely took one of mine.
Which was the Monday night?
The Mile High Miracle.
The Mile High Miracle.
I remember watching that. So I remember watching it in my room on a little, it might have been a 13-inch color TV with the antennas up. Yeah. And I was watching Monday Night Football. I was supposed to already be, asleep for school the next day.
Yeah.
And I watched that game all the way to the end.
As well you should have.
Oh, that was one of the most amazing comebacks I've seen. Montana just hitting them in the end. Oh, anyway. So that's still number one. And this is going to sound like pandering, but Sunday, when Mahomes made that 27-yard
it was incredible
touchdown scamper, that quarterback rush, whatever you want to call it, I came out of my seat. I lost my stuff.
Dude,
lost all of it.
That's going to be one of those plays that
lives
and becomes more and more and more, but never lives up to what it actually was. The descriptions that guys like you and I are going to give it are never going to do it any justice compared to what it was in the moment.
I mean, it was this, and then in 5 years, it's going to be the fish that was this big because we're going to, in 5 years, he went in for 50 yards. No, it's 27.
It doesn't matter, but he ran 57 yards. Right. He ran backwards 30 and then ran forward. I mean,
we're going to forget that he almost fumbled it on the way into the end zone.
We're not going to worry about that. We're going to be it's just that's the way it works. But I also think about things that I look back and there's the unfriendly memories of
we're Kansas City. We're used to disappointment in our sports teams. Let's be real honest. And
honestly, I think there's 3 that stick out in my mind.
Okay, 3.
There's 3.
What do you got?
There is there's Andrew Luck.
Yep, the 22-point comeback.
Andrew Luck.
Man, that was a good Chiefs team too. Yeah, that was a good team.
There's Andrew Luck, and there's Steve Bono took us to a 13-3 season, and then went to the playoffs and threw 4 interceptions.
Yep. And then we all know number one. Number one's the same for everybody.
The number one, if it's not Lynn Elliott on your list,
it's Lynn Elliott.
It should be because. I don't even know what else to say, but it's Lynn Elliott.
You can say doink off the post.
I mean
wide left.
I mean
wide
Lynn Elliott.
Wide left. And I know to you I'm pointing right, but to me it's my left.
It's Lynn Elliott.
Yeah.
No. And I don't. Yeah, so I know your number one's the same.
It's Lynn Elliott.
The truth of the matter is, if Lynn Elliott walked down the stairs right now, I'd leave and do something very unpastorly. It's just the way this would work.
We'll forgive him someday, but this is not that
day.
No,
I am. Yes, it's. Yeah. Retribution.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. Number one is Lynn Elliott. I also had the Andrew Luck game in there.
I was watching for Lynn Elliott on Sunday.
Oh,
just like, man,
he's not going to be there.
if Lynn Elliott shows up, we're losing.
Yeah, watch them invite Lynn Elliott to beat the drum at the Super Bowl or something.
No,
that would be bad.
We would lose by 800.
Yeah. Well, speaking of disappointment, you remember last year's playoff game when Marcus Mariota threw a touchdown pass to himself?
Oh,
that was that actually broke my heart. Like my twice operated on mechanical valve heart broke in half when Mariota throws a pass. It gets tipped. He catches his own pass and scores a touchdown, and we lose. And that was just last season.
Yeah.
So,
there's
or no, it was 2 seasons ago. I'm sorry.
There's one other Chiefs memory that I think about, and it was the day that I realized these guys weren't Superman.
What?
And, yeah.
Well, I'm sure that revolves around a certain 58.
No, it was actually it was not.
It was not Derek Thomas.
No.
Who was it?
It was the Dennis Byrd game.
Dennis
Do you
Byrd.
remember the Dennis Byrd game? Dennis Byrd was an offensive lineman for the Jets.
Okay.
They were playing in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And he ran into his own teammate.
Okay.
And,
the neck.
And has been paralyzed since.
Okay. Wow.
And
yeah. No, I forgot all about that.
I remember the Dennis Byrd game. I remember where I was at. I was it was one of the first games I sat and watched the whole thing with my dad.
Sure.
And I remember realizing, okay, these massive men, gargantuans, were not Superman,
right?
And it reminded me, these are just fellas,
mm-hmm.
you know. But you know, I know that you know Dennis Byrd, and there's been some good that's come from that, and he's done some really good things in the world, but and in the community where he lives, and where he lived, I think he's passed away since, but
I honestly don't know.
I think he has.
I mean, someone who has that sort of injury, their life expectancy goes down.
It goes down. Yeah. And but yeah, and then the other was
and that was for me. The day I figured out they weren't Supermen
was 58.
Was when Derek Thomas got in that car wreck on a snowy day in Kansas City.
Like it was today.
Like it has been a little bit lately, and is supposed to be tomorrow.
Yeah, be careful, people.
Yeah, ended up paralyzed. And then if you remember, he was on his road to recovery. Now, of course, as a kid, I thought he'll be back. You know, maybe he'll miss a season. He'll come back and play football. Not understanding the severity of his situation.
Yeah, nobody quite. Yeah, as a kid, you don't.
But then to hear that he was trying to walk again and a blood clot broke free, and that's what killed him.
Yeah.
That just, to me, that was when and
you think as a kid, what in the world's a blood clot?
Why?
Right. How is something that little going to kill Derek Thomas?
Someone like Derek Thomas, right? That was
you know, and so, but I think that, you know, in all of this as a Chiefs fan, as a lifelong Chiefs fan, and neither of us were alive the last time.
No.
And honestly, I don't think anybody that's been watching this evening, at least that's popped in, was alive the last time. Gunner's not over 50.
No,
so
I think Gunner's the closest, but yeah, he's not there.
And so,
Gunner, were you there for the last time the Chiefs were in the Super Bowl? Answer if you were.
Gunner, are you still with us?
Let's see, Rick Carter. Rick, you might have.
I don't know, Rick. So
you know our really ugly softball player Chris, who plays third base?
Yeah,
that's his kid. Rick is the father of said
I got you.
ugly third baseman. And anytime I can give Chris a hard time, it's a good day.
Is Rick as ugly as Chris?
No, thankfully, no.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. Oh, let's see.
He says he's 54, but
so you don't remember it.
You don't remember it.
Okay.
And so, you know, I mean, anytime you get something like this, I remember going through this with the Royals. When the Royals, because I have vague recollections of 85.
Very vague.
But I was 6.
Right. No, I was only 5.
And so I went through these things where it's like, okay, wait. I remember some of these Royals things. And now I'm going back and I remember some of these things with the Chiefs. And you know what? Sunday, we forget that it was an emotion-filled day. I don't know about you, man, but I got a little misty.
Oh, I did. Oh, absolutely. And, I went to – we'll talk about game experiences here in a second. Actually, let's do it now. So I went to Callahan's, as you know, was around the corner from the church because I was working at the church all morning. I went to Callahan's. I got a table, and I watched the game with a friend. And just watching the game in a room full of Chiefs fans.
Yeah.
I mean, in a room full of red, and every time the Chiefs would score or get an important fourth down stop, people are up. They're on their feet. They're cheering. I remember I about crushed the table when Mahomes went for that scramble because I was trying to get out of the booth so I could stand up and cheer and hoot and holler. And one of the guys was running around high-fiving, hugging. Man. It was great to just be in a place filled with people who were just joyful.
Yeah, man. And for me, I was sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah.
And
A good place to watch a game.
Not a bad place to watch a game, and with some buddies.
Yeah.
And you know, it was one of those things where now I got nervous at the end.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
There might still be like teeth marks on my hat when I was chewing on the bill.
Right.
And I got really nervous. It was funny. The guys who were at my table were like, "We've never seen this from." I was like, there's a potential for, and I wouldn't get excited until there was like a minute and a half left, and I finally was like, okay, I can breathe.
You can start breathing.
Well, because we got the football and we're just going to kneel.
Right. The fourth down stop on Tannehill was huge.
But you look at this and it's like, okay, something just happened here.
Right. Something historic.
But something in that I've never seen in my lifetime.
Right.
Just happened here. And I'm so jazzed.
Oh, absolutely.
But now I will say there is unfinished business.
Oh yeah, no, we're not celebrating anything yet other than making the Super Bowl.
Man.
There is work to do. San Francisco is no cakewalk.
I mean, man, but I will tell you, man, at Wild Wings, there were grown men crying and hugging each other.
Absolutely. Well, you know, it's been 50 years. There are people who have born, lived, and died and
In that amount of
not
time.
seen the Chiefs
And they're
in the Super Bowl.
I mean, I'm looking around the restaurant where I was at
Mhm.
and realizing I could probably see about 7 or 8 faces in there that may have remembered
Maybe.
Super Bowl IV.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe remember Super Bowl IV.
Right. And so, yeah, no, it's it was, yeah, we always want to talk about our best sports memories. Well, my best Chiefs memory now is Sunday.
Absolutely.
I hope it's also the shortest best memory I ever have, and that in 2 weeks I have a new
That
best
we're holding
Chiefs
a
memory.
Lombardi trophy
Right.
over our heads.
Exactly right. Bringing that bad boy on home because I want to go to Arrowhead, see a game some year, and go to the Chiefs Hall of Fame to see that trophy sitting there.
Yeah.
I want to see it and say 2020, the 100th year of the NFL.
I want to sit and say, I remember where I was.
Yeah.
You know, I remember who I was sitting next to.
Right. Because I remember
know?
everything about the Royals World Series in
Oh, yeah.
2015.
Yeah, man.
And as a baseball guy, I actually fancy myself more of a baseball guy than football. So the Royals winning was crazy, but they had already won one in my lifetime.
Yeah.
This feels different. This feels
It
different.
is different.
It is.
It is different. And,
Yep.
you know, it's one of those things where for all that can be said.
Oh, Grandma Walker. She was there.
Oh, yes.
Yep. She was there
Grandma Walker.
for the Super Bowl for the Chiefies.
Had experienced a World Series in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I was so excited my kids get to experience the World Series and the Super Bowl in their childhood. Yeah.
Them's going to be the good memories right there. Deanna is talking about her
remember this
kids.
time of their life. Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I mean, no, I don't have any sports fans in my house other than me, really.
Ooh.
And so,
Neither do I.
yeah, I know. So this, I mean, for me, this is it.
Yes.
And
Well, I mean,
and
we'll be covered. Royals, Chiefs, 5 years apart.
I'm in.
That's pretty fortunate. If, again, not looking past San Francisco, please, football gods, do not think I'm looking past San Francisco. I'm not. They scare me to death. But then again,
Yeah.
so did the Titans. I remember the Titans. Boom, boom, gee, get it. Remember the Titans.
yeah.
Yeah, I was scared to death of the Titans, too. I didn't want any piece of them in the playoffs.
I didn't want anything to do with Derrick Henry in the playoffs.
And they limited him 66 yards and a touchdown.
They punched him in the mouth a few times.
They sure did. They
Yeah.
sure did. So they're going to need to do that. They're going to need to do a lot of that come next Sunday.
Yep.
So
you know, it's for me, it's really neat. I remember, like you said, I remember where I was when the Royals won the series.
Yep.
I was sitting at IHOP.
and
I was, and because I had got a call and there was a guy kind of in crisis, and so I went and sat with him.
Oh, okay.
And so we got a hug from a waiter.
Yeah.
And we were the only people in IHOP.
Yeah, oh, I bet. Not many
And-
TVs in IHOP.
No, there's no TV.
There's none. Yeah.
And so, but they turned it on the radio.
Right.
They had a little transistor radio thingy, and they turned it on as loud as they could.
Sure.
And for me, it's so. I mean, if things go the way that we hope in 2 weeks,
Yes, the way that we hope.
that whole night for me is going to be spent around serving people.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of your gig.
And
kind of your thing.
I'm so excited about
Yeah.
being able to serve somebody else while they get to celebrate something that they've never experienced in their lifetime.
Yep.
And it also helps me not be so stressed.
Yeah, you'll be distracted.
I do have a tendency to get a little worked up.
No.
Yeah.
I refuse to accept
If
this.
any of y'all are friends of mine on Facebook, you probably like to mute me during a game.
Yeah, you know what? I'm absolutely going to dime you out for this. You're the most negative home fan I've ever seen. 5 minutes into either a Chiefs or Jayhawks game, you were calling them bums and like throwing popcorn from the upper deck.
Absolutely.
I
am Statler and all Waldorf all at once, man.
And all at the same time and like immediately.
Yeah.
I was seeing you on Facebook on Sunday. It's like, dude.
Hey, dude, I was doing okay on Sunday.
It was the coin toss, and you already are claiming defeat.
No, I didn't do any claiming defeat on Sunday. Hey, during the game when we were behind by 21, I was writing on there, Joe. Remember, lots of time left.
Yeah, you did. You did.
And even this Sunday, hey, Joe, we're okay.
It was funny. This Sunday didn't bother me at all. Oh, we're down 10-0. Who cares?
Yeah, well, because we come back from 24
against
a team that I actually think was better than the one we beat this weekend.
The Texans, I think, were better than the Titans. But, yeah, that's just my opinion.
I think if they had played 10 times, I think the Texans had won 7.
I'd say you're probably right.
Maybe 8.
Might be.
But no, guys, here's my encouragement for you. Enjoy this.
Yes.
I mean, because the truth of the matter is, I mean, even the year that the Royals lost in the World Series.
Oh, 2014 was electric. It was
electric. So much fun.
Oh, that was a great ride.
And this is so much fun right now.
This is a great ride.
Enjoy this.
I get to dig out all my Chiefs hats. I have one or two.
And enjoy this.
Yes.
Because the truth is, who knows when it's going to happen again? I mean,
if it's another 50 years, it's not neither of our lifetimes.
No, because neither of us are seeing 90.
No, I'll be right there. Yeah.
And if I am, it's because I'm connected to a machine that my family just hasn't shut off yet.
Dude, go power something up. Power a radio and listen to a game. Do not keep me alive on a machine.
Yeah, me neither.
Unplug me, plug in the radio, and listen to hopefully the Chiefs win another Super Bowl way down the line.
Yeah. So, no.
All right. Well, you know what time it is. We have 3 minutes left in the show.
We do. It's time for predictions.
You
start.
Me start?
Yeah, man, you're first. I've been talking first most of the time, so you get to do this first.
Well, you know, I said this after the game. I sat there after the game. I was watching the award ceremony, and I was just thinking, maybe I'm way off base. I got 35-27 Chiefs.
Yeah, man, I think that is I think that's a fair thing.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, and I hate saying this out loud. I'm not picking the 49ers.
I was about to say, you about to burst all our bubbles?
No. I don't like saying this out loud.
Okay.
But I don't think this is going to be close.
You don't think? Okay. So
I think you've given Andy Reid 2 weeks to plan.
Andy Reid with 2 weeks is dangerous.
Anytime he's playing somebody not named Bill Belichick.
That's for sure.
And he's not playing Bill Belichick this time. And so he's playing Kyle Shanahan.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
And Jimmy Garoppolo, who is not Tom Brady.
And name their running back. I don't remember who it is.
I don't either.
Yeah.
And we're playing the second best tight end in football because we have the best.
We have Mr. Kelsey.
They have Mr. Kittle.
Mr. Kittle.
He's a nice little fella.
He is.
Honestly, so here, are you ready?
I'm ready. Hit me.
42-20, Kansas City.
Woo! That's bold. All right, let's see what you guys have. Gunner, 37-30. Chiefs.
Deanna, 42-32.
Chiefs. All right. Anyone else? You got about a minute.
You got about a minute. Tell us who you think's going to win this thing, everybody.
I got a close game, KC. Joe's got the KC blowout.
And I honestly backed off what I really thought it was going to be to make it closer than I
You were going to say like 45-10 or something like that, weren't you?
I was thinking, I was looking back at those old like 49ers Bills Super Bowls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thinking we were looking at something like that.
Okay.
Where the Chiefs win like 56-10.
There we go. We got, let's see.
Nothing else.
Oh, no. Okay. No, we got Deanna at 42-32.
Yeah.
Gunner's got 37-30. I've got 35-27.
I know we got more viewers because I see the number 7.
Oh, wait.
So let us tell. Josh
Kelly in the house.
Josh Kelly.
Give us your prediction.
Josh Kelly, who's going to win the big game?
Wink, wink. All right, well,
Come on, Josh.
we can wait all night.
Let's give Josh one more minute here. I want to see what Josh has to say, and then we're gonna.
Other than the fact my head is sweating and this
I know.
foam
I know,
arrowhead,
man.
but look how cool is this thing?
It is awesome.
It's been sitting on a shelf for years,
Waiting for this moment.
It has been waiting for this.
I don't think Josh is going to say.
Nope, here we go.
Oh,
there we go.
What he says, the Browns are going to win.
He's such a Cleveland guy.
Josh, listen.
Kudos for loyalty.
You are the man.
Kudos
We
for
love
loyalty. But,
and we feel bad for the fact. I will say though, I've been watching. I think Baker Mayfield is
a chump.
Is better in commercials than he is on the football field.
Baker Mayfield is a more sober Johnny Manziel.
But have you seen the commercials he's been doing lately?
I saw the one where he walks barefoot across the stadium, turns off a light. I don't know.
Yeah, and then there's another one where he's out there mowing his own lawn. He says, "Because you mow your own grass." He says, "Men mow their own grass," and he's got this polar. He says, "Chiefs, of course."
Okay, Chiefs, of course.
And Austin Stewart.
What's up, buddy? Long
Austin?
time. High school guy.
All right, Austin.
If you got a prediction, throw it out there. Anyone? We got a whole bunch of faces flying across.
Austin says Shawnee Mission North's going to win.
Well, he should, because they always win.
No.
No, they won more back in our time, but lately
it's not
rugged.
been so good.
Little rugged.
Those
That's where your oldest goes.
Not anymore.
She's done now. Yeah. But so you've had more experience there than we have.
Yeah. Lately,
yeah.
It's been rough.
So, all right. Well, if no one's going to pipe in with their predictions, we're going to go ahead and call this a night.
There it is. So 42-20.
42-20, 35-27. You guys have yours. We're not putting anything on it. Just in all the ways I can think to say it, and I don't speak any other language, go Chiefs. Everyone, be safe. Hey, tomorrow's weather around Kansas City is supposed to be awful.
Yeah.
Please be very careful because you want to see the game next Sunday. And again, February 2nd, you can go to Westside Leavenworth.
Heck yeah, come to a family-friendly party. We're going to have a great time.
Watch the game with Joe. Watch it wherever you want.
Put it on some big screens. It's going to be fun.
There you go. Drink responsibly. Don't text and drive. Be safe. We will see you. I will see you next week. And then who knows? Maybe come back after the Super Bowl. We'll celebrate the Chiefs' victory.
Listen, should the Chiefs pull this thing off, I will be back the following Tuesday.
There we go, which will make it the 4th, February 4th.
February the 4th.
Chiefs win. You're back on February 4th, and we're just going to celebrate the entire time.
We will do nothing but say, go Chiefs.
State Farm wins. No, because, Mahomes is a guy there. So there we go. Go Chiefs, Austin. That's right.
I see. It says Gunner will be in Vegas.
You're going to beat me by just a couple of weeks. I'll be there
in
February.
Gunner. Enjoy yourself down there in Vegas. Be good.
There you go. Hey, everyone.
Be good.
Good night.
We expect tacos when you come back.
A lot of them.
Lots of them.
Yeah, lots of tacos.
Come on, Gunner.
Jeez, man. All right. Go Chiefs.
Out.
Go Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Did you know that you could talk to Kyle when he records his shows? Tune in to the live recordings of Hitting the Wall on Facebook Tuesday evenings at 8 p.m. Central Time and say hi.